Elon believes SpaceX has the potential to be a serious airline competitor. And, if you're familiar with their achievements in space travel, you're certainly aware that the aviation business has had its share of disappointments, particularly in recent decades. A gradual but continuous drop in standards, data technology, infrastructure, and ever-changing fuel prices are just a few of the numerous concerns that have been afflicting and causing problems for the great majority of commercial aircraft. The unpleasant layovers that travelers must endure before arriving at their intended destinations cannot be overlooked. All things considered, air travel has been and continues to be critical to the global economy, and there is currently no viable alternative. That didn't stop Elon Musk, the larger-than-life genius, from doing what he does best with existing systems, innovating and improving them. The idea of SpaceX competing with major airline corporations isn't very novel. Elon Musk founded the space exploration firm in 2002 with the intention of making humans a multi-planetary species. The concept was almost ludicrous at the time. But today, thanks to SpaceX and Elon, everyone is expecting to see our species' historic journey to Mars. When all of the current and ongoing developments are considered, SpaceX has made it into its Mars venture from a subjective standpoint. The idea of a futuristic plane from the same manufacturer does not appear to be too far-fetched. Every new breakthrough idea from the polymath that is Elon Musk has been very inspired, extravagant, and, in some cases, simply crazy, as we've come to expect. According to their plans, a supersonic aircraft capable of transporting passengers from one city to another at a top speed of 27,000 kilometers per hour, 17,000 miles per hour, will be built. Wow, it was incredible. Wow, just wow. Consider a flight from New York, Shanghai on SpaceX's planned aircraft will take only 39 minutes, a fraction of the current 15-hour nonstop journey time for most commercial airlines. It would take only 29 minutes to fly from London to Dubai, and only 24 minutes to fly from Toronto to Los Angeles. This is a biggie. It will take less than 1 hour to travel from one point on the planet to another. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say are welcome to the future, where your transcontinental journey will take just as long as, if not less time than, your daily commute to work. At first glance, this appeared to be a pleasant service reserved for society's upper crust. Elon Musk, on the other hand, indicated in a recent Instagram post that ticket costs would be comparable to full-fare economy seats on a regular airplane. That's when all of the major airlines began to pay attention. Needless to say, launching and running an enterprise of this complexity, even for a regular airline, has a lot of moving parts. First and foremost, you must analyze the project's financial aspects. Any successful business operation must be profitable, and everyone who works in the aviation sector understands that this is far easier said than done. The average airline earns 83% of its overall revenue from the 47% of passengers who sit in their seats. There are fewer higher-priced seats, compared to the 17% collected from the majority of economy-class travelers. This is especially noticeable on long-haul transatlantic flights, where most airlines profit solely from business premium and first-class tickets, with economy seats serving only to fill the plane by providing a more affordable ticket price to the ordinary consumer. Financial challenges and setbacks are reported by many airlines with frightening regularity. As a result, we're all curious to see how Elon Musk and SpaceX plan to weather this almost unavoidable storm. Passengers will board a high-speed yacht for the anticipated commute. They'll be dropped off on an onshore barge before boarding Elon Musk's spacecraft, suitably designated as the BFR. The rocket will then take off, exit the Earth's upper atmosphere, and travel at supersonic speeds to its intended destination. The rockets feature a reusable first-stage booster that attaches to the craft and returns to Earth, leaving the second-stage booster and the rest of the craft to land at the destination. Before re-entering the planet and arriving at their various locations, passengers will literally be traveling in space for a few minutes. The proposal appears to be thorough, while also being bold and unique. At any length of imagination, though, it is not a stroll in the park. The logistics and technicalities of this project are massive in and of themselves. The first and most significant challenge will be perfecting Elon and his team's supersonic retro propulsion system, which is required to land the BFR vertically. They've taken some significant leaps forward and invested considerably more money in building this technology. Out of 85 landing attempts, SpaceX's Falcon rockets have succeeded 74 times. Even more astounding is the fact that 25 of these boosters have flown numerous times, with one of them completing a record-setting 8 missions. If that doesn't speak to the amount of effort they've put into these boosters, nothing will. I'm not sure what the landings, both on offshore barges and on land, mean. Another significant problem that comes along the same lines is landing the rocket in heavily populated urban regions. Cities along the coast will be easier to take off from and land in, but landlocked global centers like Paris, London, and Chicago will need a lot of labor and planning to accomplish this ambition. Building the launch site outside of the city may appear to be a straightforward solution, but you must consider the distance to the main center. The ordinary business traveler will avoid the journey entirely if the site is too far from the metropolis. Elon will have to face the very real possibility of failing to generate a profit. We all know Elon Musk isn't a super capitalist in the same league as fellow billionaires and financial gurus Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos. Elon made his income directly from his inventions and creations, which he then went on to market or license after obtaining funding. Elon is, without a doubt, playing a long game here. He is determined to transform humanity into a multi-planetary species, no matter what it costs him, his company, or their investors. Elon Musk is an expert at what he does. Instant worldwide travel and colonization of Mars is a fantastic way to kick off your personal space mission. Obviously, not from personal experience, if you ask me. Again, most accountants must be sweating bullets with all this space talk, but let's not forget that Elon has deeper pockets than most, with most being the entire world. Even when launching a large number of rockets into space, a man never appears to be out of his element. So I don't understand why we should be upset about SpaceX's financial losses if they aren't. If SpaceX is successful in launching the BFR and achieving its goal of supersonic transcontinental travel, the airline business is nearly defunct. They might have a shot to survive in the ruthless future if they adapt to Elon's paradigm and adopt hypersonic rocket travel as well. Until Tesla became a global name and electric cars were embraced internationally, street titans were cautious to enter the EV field. Every vehicle manufacturer now has an EV model, which was first announced by Elon over a decade ago and promises a fully electric future. Basically, if Elon Musk succeeds, we may be witnessing a watershed moment in technology. Every airline will go to great lengths to copy SpaceX's business model to the letter in order to remain competitive, with an average long-haul flight time of 30 minutes. Passengers will save at least 5 hours using Elon's revolutionary transportation system, which is at least 6 times faster than the quickest passenger airliner available right now. When Elon eventually enters the airline sector, he will have a distinct advantage in terms of ticket prices and journey duration. Assuming all safety standards are completed, the BFR will easily attract all business passengers away from the exorbitantly priced premium airline seats and towards the new, substantially speedier BFR. Smaller regional airlines appear to be much safer than their legacy counterparts from impending doom in the form of Elon and SpaceX. Bigger, more traditional airlines make the majority of their revenue from exorbitant intercontinental ticket prices for the premium and business classes, a clientele base that they could lose entirely to SpaceX as a project, while smaller regional airlines will. Elon Musk and SpaceX seem to be moving forward at full speed, with little in their way. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Do you believe that the airline sector can still be saved? Will this lead to new technologies and business models? Is Elon Musk fighting above his weight? Is anyone hitting above their weight? Until next time, stay tuned.